Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what's out there. And like most weeks, there's a lot of really cool stuff out there. Try to get some of it. So I've got the first three things here for Reforged Eden, and then the second three in vanilla. So I'm in Reforged Eden first, and right after I look at the first three, I'll just kind of show you all the last updates I did to that Kriel Kraken space station that is now on the workshop. There's a few changes I made last minute and didn't do a video on that yesterday. I wanted to, but I had too many things going on, so I just could not get to it. All right, well, anyway, the very first creation here today is the Fulcrum by Dadrick, and this is a miner type of vessel, kind of a mid-range to high-end sort of miner. A couple of things I've been looking at already on here is nice looking shaping to it. Color changes throughout. The thruster setup looks pretty efficient too. Having like these larger thrusters kind of in the back like that usually works out pretty good. It keeps them out of harm's way from the front side of the ship, and it's a nice setup typically. So it has pretty balanced thrusters all the way around it too. Again, being a mining vessel, you would expect that. Now, a couple things I did look at here. Let me get the HUD on. Is it is made of steel for the hull material, which also makes sense. You want some pretty good motion. Has a kind of a neat feature here, and I would definitely say that this kind of looks like it's a module bay. I guess I didn't read that as the description, but now that I'm looking at it, it totally looks like it would be like a dock to a like a Helios module bay on how that's set up. And this these landing gear here really give it off in the relation to where the door is. So I wouldn't doubt that. In fact, after a little bit here, after we take a look at the ship, I'm going to go try to park it up to the space station and see how it docks. It looks like it might just work there. Apologize for not seeing that in the description. But yeah, really cool looking creation here. Let me open up the turrets and weapons here too. I got the thrusters off right now too, so let me get that out there. And obviously we're looks like we're rocking 10 mining drills plus some turret defense just to probably shoot out the drones and things that are attacking you while mining. So it all looks like it very well thought out and makes a lot of sense, and looks nice. And it looks nice. So that is a definite bonus here. Anyway, let's jump in here a minute. I'm going to do the nightlight thing here a minute. I always like to do that just because you know, if it has lighting in it, which this one does, and you can kind of see what it was intended to look like, or what it would look like if you're out in space mining with it. So yeah, right off the gates here, walking in, it looks like we've got so our CPU cores here. And it looks like this one is, well, at least see 4 advanced cores here right now. Now I did say this was for Reforged Eden, I do believe, but I'll take a look at the CPU specs. Maybe it could be used in vanilla as well, or with a modification possibly. I'm not sure. Having the 4 advanced CPU cores, I would say that CPU-wise, it would definitely handle vanilla. No problem there. So yeah, coming in, I do like this. It's clean, it's organized, it's got some straight up nice function in here. So a couple 320K cargo bays, nice looking LCDs there. Wi-Fi, main core, small constructor, detector, advanced constructor, I do believe. And a shield is right over there too. I like this this walkway and this kind of how it's recessed in there with a oh, this is neat over here too. So we've got kind of a way down here a little bit. It looks like we've got a entryway from the bottom of the ship. Yep, that's nice. In case you're not docked at a module, which I do suspect this would work with that. We'll find out. We'll find out. Probably says in the description. It's just my bad here. So yeah, nice medical area with a shower. Helpful, especially the shower. I learned my lesson with that. You can get radiation pretty easily, and a shower is a good way to get rid of that radiation. Or mitigate it at least. A couple fridges over here, armor locker. Um, Again, nice looking LCD. Just taking a look at this this work over here. That's cool. Looks like this was made with all triangles spaced out to make this design pattern. That's it's pretty slick. I like that. That is cool. Probably seen it before, maybe on one of your past creations, or maybe not. I don't know, but it's I understand. Probably took a little time to make that. And then we come up to our pilot seat right on the front here. So yeah, this is a really straightforward design. Definitely not going to get lost. Everything is right at very convenient. You got a way into the ship from the bottom. You've got your function that you'd want. You got a good amount of storage. Actually, there's another one over here too. So that's at least 320K storages in here. And then you got your warp drive and a nice area over there. Everything looks like it would be spaced out far enough so parts that produce radiation and things like that, like the warp core, or I think the shield even does now, if you're close enough to it. It's all contained well. Yeah, just straight up nice design. Really nice design. I like it. It's looks like a pretty potent miner. So let's take a look at some specs here a minute too. Take a look at your motion. Looks pretty good. You got 85 forward and lift and reverse, and down thrust too, and then 42 for strafing. Which, yeah, if you're gonna play CPU numbers and thrusters, usually would minimize the strafing the most of most directions. So size class 1, unlock level 25, 6 hour and 1 minute build time. Of course, using the miners and everything like that, it is going to need some estrium and zirconium. 10 mining drills, 5 minigun turrets, 1 retractable multi-turret. So yeah, also for salvaging. Makes a lot of sense. Seems a very useful feature to put on a miner is a salvager, because you're already going to have your harvest bays and everything else in place. So that is cool. So yeah, just basically a good miner. Run around and salvaging and mining and drone defense. So yeah, everything about that looks great. CPU wise, it's 932. Yeah, so it's basically built up to 1.2 million, but it's not using all of it. So you got some extra CPU, and it was probably done using these 4 advanced CPU cores, because that is compatible with vanilla as well. Maybe I should try to look at this in vanilla too to see how the numbers play out in vanilla. But yeah, very nice design. I like it. I love it when you can walk into something, and I'm guilty for this myself on some creations, but when everything's just self-explanatory and you're not like lost running around looking for things and trying to figure out where this is or that is, or it's just right there. You can just see everything, and that is definitely a nice feature. And certainly it looks like it would have, if you wanted to slop on some more turrets, there's probably some locations to do that with too. Although that is a retractable right there, isn't it? Look, oh yeah, that must be the, I bet you that's the multi-turret here. Yeah, I bet you that would be the case. Multi-turret. And see, everything's set up nice over here too. So you've got P menu controls for your spotlights, multi-turret drills, and your regular turrets, away from the general controls here. Yeah, nice. Looks very usable, very usable, and stylish, all the same too. So yeah, nice looking cockpit and everything. Almost has that SV look a bit on the front of it, but yeah, it's a CV. Very nice. So that again is the Fulcrum by Dadrick. So next here, we got something that is in the spotlight. I think that one is too. This is the Calypso, and this is by Scorpy. Now, that's an author I'm unfamiliar with, and this is a starter CV. And starter CVs tend to be a pretty popular creation, I will say. This is a very cool looking one. Now, yeah, you're very limited in CPU when you're doing starters, so you got to really watch everything you're doing and the parts that you add. Often, a lot of starters might have places to add in larger thrusters and things like that. It almost kind of looks like that's the case on this one here too. There's a couple obvious ports over there, but behind this, that's kind of neat. There's some LCDs that are projected over here from this right there. I wonder if there's some instructions on upgrading thrusters on here. I'm expecting it, honestly, for a starter CV. Cool looking LCDs kind of projected around various areas on the outside of the ship too. Interesting. Definitely like that. Very cool shaping. I like the color variety, and then color in LCDs fluctuates a little bit too for some of these different. Yeah, it's neat. That is neat. Looks like it lands cool. I like how this formation here kind of hangs down from the main hull. That's pretty slick. And then we got kind of some I don't know, wing turret assemblies over here too that are pretty slick looking. But there's actually a few turrets on it too. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 turret stock. Now, you can't usually fit too many turrets on a starter because you're very limited in CPU right off the gates. And then we've got an obvious hangar back there. Yeah, I would definitely say that a lot of this stuff is designed to like remove this thruster and pop in like a big, you know, a 4x2x2 large thrusters in these locations. I like the way it's done up too because it's kind of self-explanatory. You know, you don't necessarily need an LCD inside the ship to say, hey, a big thruster could go here. And I'm pretty sure I'm right. I haven't been in the ship yet. Short of landing it, just flying through the wall and finding the cockpit. All right, so let me do the lighting thing here. And I love to see, you know, authors I'm not familiar with, too. It just means, you know, there's more people in the game. And it kind of leads me to another thing, too. Here and there, I get some comments that there's a lot of nice things on the workshop, and they get overlooked. Usually by, you know, maybe authors that aren't well known, things like that. And I agree. I mean, I know there's a lot of gems out there that a lot of us just aren't seeing because of, you know, they might just get kind of brushed under the, you know, all the other creations that come out sometimes. And what I want to do from this day forward, kind of, is in the comments on these videos, on these weekly workshop videos, if someone has a good suggestion, you know, and I'm looking for, you know, something that's nice, you know, nice creations, you know, the gems that aren't being seen. If someone has, you know, hey, I came across this really cool creation that, like, hardly anybody's seen it and hardly anybody viewed it or anything like that, and just if you can, like, list the name of the ship in the comments. You don't need a Steam link. I can search for that in Steam, but just the name of the ship, and I can review that, and what I'll do is I'll just set up kind of a list when I'm reading comments, and it's something I haven't really been doing, and that's why I miss so many things. But from now on, I'm just going to, when I go look at the comments, I'm going to have like a little text file on the side, and if someone lists a name of a ship to take a look at, I will record that, and then hunt it down when I do these workshop videos, and take a look at what it is and see if it's, you know, if it's something that I would want to show or not show for whatever reason for the weekly workshop videos. Anyway, nice looking hangar. I like the kind of got the black and white theme going on with some hazard LCDs actually. That's cool. That's cool. Neat use of that. And some orange mixed in here too, which I also like. It's you get that nice. This is like a 3-color combo setup, you know, where you got your whites and blacks and then an orange accent. Whites and blacks are pretty neutral with any color, which is kind of nice. They're sort of easy to work with that way, and they usually work with most colors one way or another. And then having a third accent color for, like, you know, important parts, or like this strip over here is all orange. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Ooh, and I like the lighting change coming into this room too. It looks a lot more industrial all of a sudden. Um, so what do we got going on in here? So we got our Pentax Tank there, I see. Cool looking LCD sitting out in front. Yeah, I do admire these LCDs. You know, obviously here and there I mess with them. I usually find them fairly annoying to make, but again, I do love the end results, and I definitely appreciate the work that goes into making these LCDs. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I keep on getting these telemarketers and stuff calling my cell phone constantly during the day lately, and it's really starting to drive me mad here. I'm on a no-call list. They shouldn't be doing it, but they do it anyway, and it doesn't seem like there's anything you can do about it. Kind of annoying. I'm sure a lot of you probably get that too. Yeah, cool LCD. I was looking at this. What's going on back here? That's not normal. Behind the LCD, it's got like a Celsius and minus 192 degrees Celsius thing. That's one of those subtle little details that's not stock. What is this part? Hold on, I'm gonna turn on a little flashlight a minute. Is it a stock thing? Oh, maybe it is stock on this part. Maybe I just didn't notice it. Or is that actually an LCD as well? I don't know. Maybe I'm just full of it, because I don't know. I got to look at some more air tanks, and because I don't recall seeing that before. That's why I keep on thinking that is a LCD, but I could be incorrect at that. Oh, I'll look at this too. Well, I know this isn't stock, so I got to assume that there's some real fine attention to detail here in some LCDs. Like, oh well, maybe that is stock. Things just are looking a little bit different. Maybe some of these models got updated too, because you can't make that with an LCD. So yeah, I think I'm just off. Yeah, there must have been some things added that I guess I didn't see before. But yeah, this looks great. Love the orange in here too, the industrial look in this room. So, well, it keeps on going on, and on the bottom area here too. So an armor locker over here. Where does this go? Oh, a ramp getting into the ship from the bottom. And some oxygen, and nice. What is this? Is this yeah, this is one of those other deco parts. A lot of this stuff, I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping in one way or another, but some of the stuff just looks a little different to me. Maybe some of the updates, or maybe just some the LCD or how it was presented. But yeah, it looks like some pretty cool stuff here. Yeah, I even like how this is pink on the top there. Maybe it's because it's colored this shade. It just looks a little bit different to me. And yeah, there's been a lot of updates, obviously, to the game too. There's a lot of neat little compartments in here. I like that. You know, I didn't expect all this on the bottom side. I didn't even get up the elevator yet. Well, that is cool. It's very functionable. Oh, repair bay switch too. Oh, a place for a repair bay. Oh, and look at that. And a place to dock on the top side too. I didn't notice that before. That's actually is this a door or is this a force field? Oh, it's a hangar door. Huh. Very cool. Very cool. Again, yeah, everything looks really nice in here. A lot of attention to detail, and that's stuff I definitely like to see. LCD work. Oh, there's a warp core in here too. Nice. Repair bay on the top. So did this go any? Oh yeah, this goes more places here. Oh, that's different. Huh. Way out using a angled door on the top. It's pretty slick. I don't think I've seen a door used in this way before, but that's a really cool idea. Huh. Yeah, I like that. So let's get back down here, and I'm going to travel forward again. Again, I'm just kind of stumbling my way through the ship. It's pretty straightforward though. And yeah, we'll take a look at the storage here in a second. And I'll work my way all the way up to the bridge over here. So yeah, very nice. And then of course the full medical bay. It looks like a former drone hatch or quick escape from the bridge area. Again, a great idea to have in a ship. Saves you time from walking all the way through it. Looks like we got a switch over here for thrusters. Turn that on. Yeah, cool. Just like this. This is obviously just a particular thin block, one of the double thin blocks, but it's textured in such a way that it looks like something. Looks like a thing, like it's its own part, and it's just a block. It's just a block, and but with the you know, obviously different textures on it, like this texture, texture light, and something different on the bottom, different texture light on the top. And different texturing on the backside as well. So, yeah, I mean, that's if you want to really try to achieve a lot of detail, play around with a lot of textures and see what looks good on certain things. Different things like the texture lights in this section, and this cool looking block curve here on the side of the wall or coming into the door. That looks great too. So yeah, very nicely done ship. Now this one being a starter vessel, we're gonna have to be a little bit more scrutinous on its CPU specs and things, just because of the class it is. And all right, so we're size class 2, pretty much even. Unlock level 12, so that's perfectly cool for a starter vessel. You used to be able to do these at size class 10, but I think something changed in the game where they're now 12, which is fine. Honestly, you probably would be that level before acquiring the resources to build this anyway. So 5-hour and 48-minute build time. It does have 12 grow plots in it. Now, I didn't see those yet, so I must have missed something. Yeah, hydroponics units. Uses a little bit of wood. Doesn't use any of the rares at all. Using some neos and cobalt is unavoidable due to the thrusters. So yeah, it looks like it's really quite easy to get the resources for everything here. None of these neo and cobalt aren't rares either. Yeah, you won't find them on your starter planet except for POIs, I believe, unless that's changed. But they're not hard to acquire, and you can get these from POIs early on in the game. 5 fuel tanks. Good looking motion here. So we got 21 forward, and this is stock, and obviously this is meant to upgrade a lot of the thrusters, probably add in more CPU, and you know, use this for a far greater time in gameplay than just being the base starter vessel that it is stock right now. So yeah, no, that is cool. So last thing here, let me take a look at storage. I probably should have done that on the last ship here too. So we got an ammunition controller at about 36K, plenty of ammo. These would be cargo boxes, I do believe, so they're going to be somewhere between 8 and I think some of them get up to about 14. It depends on the model that's used there. And we've got 2 controllers in here, so there's a 240 and another 240. That's nice. And then it looks like a couple more boxes, and then your fridges and stuff. So yeah, very nice, very nice. Good amount of storage, good amount of ammo, some extra boxes for, you know, various items that you can sort out and things like that. Fits into spec quite well. All these little LCDs across here look like places to mount in thrusters, and that is a cool way to represent that. And of course, the innovative idea of doors used in a way I just again haven't seen done before. So that is really cool. So nice ship. And yeah, I'll have to pay attention to the author here, Scorpy, which again I'm unfamiliar with, but I'll take a look at their Scorpy's workshop and see what see what he's got or she's got. I'm not sure. All right, so the next one here is by Jupiter Vessel Corp, and this is the Nipper Sax. And yeah, I just noticed this one this morning. This was I thought this was a really pretty ship. I think it fits into the theme that the author's been doing. It's kind of a neat color scheme. A little bit blue with some grays and some texture lights and some various different other colors. Now the shaping of this looks really neat, I think, too. It kind of has a bit of that, ship look, like a sailing ship kind of look, maybe a military ship or something like that. But then again, it's a spaceship, and it also looks like a spaceship. So kind of hits it pretty good there. It's got some interesting characteristics going on here too. That's neat. So you've got kind of the hangar is not in the back of the ship on this one. It's kind of like pushed forward here, and you go under the back of the ship, which has a lot of it's like a lot of sentry turrets around there and a detector. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm seeing the thrusters, and it's using the I believe like these deco like round table kind of things over the edges of the thrusters. That looks cool. Looks really cool. Nice. And we got some variation in the hull texture too. Some areas that are kind of more rusty looking, and then other areas that are a little bit more cleaner looking. But it's kind of like mixed in. Like maybe it took a little bit of it's been out in the field for a long time, and got a little bit little bit of damage, a little bit of rust, things like that. And also like we have a spot here for some drill turrets. Now this ship, I believe, is more of a mid-level ship, kind of a all-around functioning ship, is what I'm gathering on this one. So it looks like it has places to add in some drills or potentially launchers, depending on how you want to use it. Right up at the front here, and that keeps those pretty safe too. Whatever you do put there is kind of a lot of protections around there. So maybe they, stay pretty safe, I guess you could say. This is interesting here too. We've got some landing gear going off to the sides, almost like this is meant to dock sideways to another creation. That's again pretty cool. Interesting. Yeah, nice looking ship. So here, I'm going to do this lighting thing here again, and I'll hop in a second. Just want to take a look at a couple of these, what they look like at night too. So yeah, so this one obviously has some those texture lights and stuff. Decals stick out pretty good. This one has quite a few texture lights and the LCD on the outside as well. All right, nice. All right, so I know that there's at least one entry point over here, so let's follow this through on to the hangar. Nice looking hangar. A lot of detail and stuff going on with the lighting accents everything nicely too. The blue light kind of going with the blue scheme. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks really nice. So then we got some information over here. That's always nice to have. Tells you what it has stock. Shield is currently at T1. Shield charger, yeah. I'm gonna have to retool a little bit myself. There's some new parts in Reforged Eden, shield chargers, and various other parts that I'm gonna have to mess around with. I'm thinking I'll probably start doing some of that next week or this weekend here, because I already got ideas to build a new SV, but a SV that's kind of trying to take advantage of all these new parts. It'd probably have to be Reforged Eden only, because of the new parts. So it's a little easier that way though too. When you're doing something, it's a lot easier to make your numbers come out good, or be able to use all the things available rather than not using a lot of the new stuff, simply to keep backwards compatibility to vanilla. So yeah, CPU core over here. Looks like we got an ammo controller on one side. we at now? Another harvest controller over here. S. Yeah, I'll probably have to read the. Hold on, I got to figure out what. I didn't read it. What is S? S is sealed charger. See, I want to guess that. I was like, S, that's a shield. No, it's a shield charger. It's a new part that I've never used ever before because it's new, and I've been working on a space station forever and not really doing anything else. All right. Well, anyway. Oh, look at this. So we're getting into our engineering section over here. Again, different kinds of lighting, a little different styling, some different colors. I like that. Again, the variety when you walk through a ship, I think, is wonderful. I would actually like to have done that more with Kriel, but I wanted to also keep to the scheme I had and not like suddenly like have like a different color or do things totally different inside of one Kriel creation to the other. So, yeah, no, it's everything's sharp and detailed again. I love the attention to detail on these ships. Tell me if you want. Oh, delete me. Okay, so delete the LCD and add aux CPU cores if you want. Okay, I get that. That's a sealed charger over there. Oh wow. Look at all this off to the side here. So it looks like we got some thruster access going on over here. Some fuel. There's stuff all over the place in here. And this, yeah, access off the side of the hangar. Wow, yeah. See, I do kind of, dig these smaller hallway approaches too. It does feel more realistic to me when you have littler rooms like this and hallways with a lot of stuff crammed in. It would make sense, it's a lot of, unless it's maybe a gigantic cruise liner or something, a lot of like real world ships would be very much done like this, trying to pack in as much stuff as they can in a smaller area. Oh yeah, this is interesting. So with the docking mechanism on the side of the ship, we also have a pilot seat to use that. So yeah, I'm really curious now on how this, what this is meant to dock to. I might have to do a little bit more research into that, or if somebody knows. This looks like it is a pretty well established mechanism over here, and I gotta figure out the details now. And I think that's a really cool idea, side mount docking for a ship like this. If you had a station or some kind of creation that was designed with like arms that would come out and you dock to those arms sideways like that, with a ship that isn't like a certain size to fit a module bay, I think that's a really good idea. Because often in game, especially if you're playing with other players, that you would want to often like dock a bunch of ships to one ship and then just fly the one ship. You'll save a lot of Pentaxid and time, and it's just easier to do in game. So this one looks like it's kind of designed for that, which is really cool. I'm a little lost. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to find where I'm going now, but I keep on running into all these rooms all over the place over here, with some more upgrading parts. Nice. So generators, yeah, it looks like you can plop in a lot of generators in here. Looks like another 5 of these 1x3s in this room. Wow, another whole section of the ship here I didn't see. I didn't think this ship was that big. It wasn't tiny or anything, but it didn't seem like it would have this much different spaces and areas in it. Okay, so now we're down to the main elevator. Oh, and right below that is a way in from the ground floor too. Oh, that's convenient. All right, so okay, so now we're on clearly another floor here. Yeah, that's just a window to the hangar. So we got a obvious med bay and then engineering over here. Med bay looks like we've got all our equipment, and yeah, a nice little cabinet deco in there. Or a droid. No, I used it for that once. It was just, I couldn't find anything that looked anything close to R2D2 with or be able to make it with you know, the big blocks. It's just it's way too big if you try to simulate that with the blocks. So I use that for trying to be like a droid. That's cool too. Again, like the LCD. I do believe I've seen this LCD before. Part of a set. Maybe, yeah. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to, you know, I don't have that all figured out yet. But here we've got some large shield capacitors, and these are some new parts in the game here to make the shield better. And here's our shield right over there. And again, this is all displayed really nicely too. I like the glass window and the light. And again, it looks like it's a thing. It looks like it was you know, engineered this way rather than parts just kind of slapped in where there's available space. It's everything's thought out well. What's going on over here? Well, that's cool. So we got two-way switch here. Yep, on off. Okay. Grow light, and then we got a farm section here. Looks like 9 grow plots. It does appear most of this interior is also asymmetrical too. I don't think anything's really symmetrical in it, which is really cool. Again. Okay, so that's this floor, and this floor goes to here. I don't think I see any other ways out. Let's go up the elevator some more. Oh, so we got a room in back here. So it looks like we got a production room. Very nice, very nice. Advanced constructors and storage right next to them, and some cargo boxes. And oh, way out to the back of the ship over here. Yeah, this is bigger than I thought it was. It is a good mid you know, it's a mid-level creation. I at least stock. Maybe you upgrade it to a late game creation as well. So in here it looks like we got man, more places. So we got some ways out of the ship, probably on both these side doors here. And we got a crew room over here. Looks like with an armor locker, bed, closet, that kind of thing, and our bathroom and shower. Nice. Toilet and shower. Go up another floor, and then you're up at the bridge here with the nice over. Don't go there. No, no, that's cool. Neat looking LCD right on the floor there, right in front of the. That'd be nicely viewable, actually, if you were sitting in a captain's chair on it. You could just kind of like look down there, but it wouldn't be disrupting your views here. Yeah, nice, nice. And idle mode. Oh, okay, so probably, yeah, if you're parked somewhere and you want to save power, flip the switch, probably turns off a bunch of things that suck up power, like thrusters and that kind of thing, I would have bet. Yeah, really cool ship. Again, I'm very curious on how it docks. What it, I understand how it docks. I'm curious on what it docks to. I may have to, again, research that a little bit because it looks like a pretty cool idea to me. Let's take a look at some specs here. So we're a size class 5 even. Unlock level 25. Does have 2 RCS in here. A lot of sentry guns, 17 sentry guns, 2 missile turrets, some flak turrets, laser turrets, minigun turrets, detector. It is going to use some estrium and zecosium, but not a huge amount. But yeah, you're going to need to use some. Probably a lot of that has to do with maybe some of the turrets and other parts in here. I don't even know what those new like shield chargers and stuff require for parts yet. I got to do some research into there. And you know what? I got the thrusters off, so we're not seeing some of that stuff in the specs here. So, all right. So now, 39 forward, 31 strafing, 41 or 48 lift, 13 down, 41 reverse. Nice. That should work out pretty good for everything. CPU, yeah, kind of mid-tier reforged Eden. So I know you can bring it to 2.1 million without the use of auxiliary or quantum cores, and this is about half, yeah, a little over halfway to the max limit. So yeah, perfect mid-range ship, but a lot of upgradability to it, and it even talks about adding some quantum cores in to go above 2.1 million CPU for things that you could add into the ship. Um, storage. Okay. Oh, we got some. Oh, look at this dual color on the same line. I haven't seen that one yet. Fuel oxygen. I like it. I like it. I was worried that I thought about trying that myself on some LCDs or some of these labels, but I was scared to because I thought maybe it would take up too many spaces. It doesn't give you a lot of room to put in information, but I like how this is done. Different colors for each different kind of item, and then we've got, of course, the other stuff, and then miscellaneous box. So fuel and oxygen is 16K, so I would assume that's probably a cargo box, maybe. Equipment meds, output, there's a 320K, input 320K, harvest 320K, ammo 320K, and weapons is probably another cargo box of some origin or a small controller. Nice. Yeah, again, a lot of attention to detail, well laid out ship. Looks like it would perform well for what it was meant to do. It's stylish looking too. Very nice. Very nice. So the last one, let me just quickly. I'm pretty sure this one had 320K storage bays in the first ship I looked at, the Fulcrum. But I just wanted to kind of confirm that. Okay. Well, I also have an ammo controller at 61K, and then 3 harvest controllers. It looks like at 320K each, and then a couple fridges. So, yeah. Thought we kind of looked at that going through that ship to start with. All right, quick intermission before the next set of ships here in vanilla. Let me adjust my lighting. I'll just kind of show you what I did with this last minute. There's a couple things that have changed. So I did build in a LCD setup for the module bays on the back of this. They work just like the Helios module bay graphics did, where if I get in here, they disappear. When you're flying the ship, they don't disappear, but when you park the ship and get out of your seat, they do disappear. So you don't see that inside. You don't see these LCDs inside the module. So that was one of the things. The major change that I made had to do with the repair bay, and that's probably all I really need to show right now. So maybe I'm too dark. So on the top, I modified the top of this creation. I put the T2 repair or the advanced repair bay here, and I left this door that was there. But I did some things, a lot of changes on the room below it. So when you get over to this section here, this is kind of like the repair tower. So you go up here, and when you go up a little bit, you'll see that you got your repair console here with a power switch for it. And then that opens up a door both at the elevator that you're going up and directly above where you're standing in front of the repair console to gain quick access to whatever ship you're trying to repair on the top. I just try to keep that open so you can fit really any size ship. I didn't want to try to build out some kind of like docking pad for it. I just figure you kind of fly up and kind of set it on top of here so it's within range of the repair bay. So those were a couple of the changes that I made before I released it. I also added in some more LCDs in various other places. I remade another one of these for like a switch LCD for all the different kinds of switches in the station. Got these for like grow lights and stuff too. And I think one of the last things I did was another LCD down at the module bays. Like this is module bay 2. But there's a new one over here. Here, let me go to the night lighting. Kriel's really made to be seen kind of at night. The whole thing about them is really about trying to be kind of dark and eerie and creepy and texture lighty. So on this one here too, it does say available, just like the regular Helios module bays. However, I got it all on one LCD, and I could not put the LCD anywhere near this because of how the blockwork is around there. So I got the LCDs for these module bays here, And if you hop into one of these, whoops, what am I doing? Hitting wrong buttons. Right at the bottom is where you can replace this with your ship name or the module name, rather than having two separate LCDs. It was just going to be a little bit simpler, and I was trying something a little different with LCDs, making this roundy thing going on there. So other than that, a lot of other tweaks and things were done. Again, I put in a lot of time in the last couple of days trying to get this thing ready to have the player version release of it. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I always worry about that. I always worry if I miss one thing or the other or something like that. And the final CPU and Reforged Eden on this. Oh, was that not? Oh, did I not collapse that again? Oh, I hope I did. Or maybe it's because I touched it. I don't know. I thought I did that before I saved it. Anyway, final CPU on this in Reforged Eden. I got it balanced out to the tier 4 Reforged Eden base CPU, so it does fit in there. It totally blows it in vanilla. I could not fix it, and it delayed me a day on releasing this, actually, because I didn't know what to do. With the 320K storage bays in this in the station, there's no way I could make that CPU work with vanilla. It's just far too much storage for vanilla to handle. In fact, you get a total CPU of what was it in vanilla? I don't know. It basically came out like nearly 800,000 over the CPU. I was going through and trying to figure out what used all the CPU, and I came to the determination that if I removed the shield, the repair bay, the teleporter, all the turrets, and all the crafting, we're talking all the furnaces, all the advanced constructors, everything, I still would not hit the CPU on it. So I just gave up. I didn't really have any other choice. It was either that or remove a whole bunch of the storage out of the station. Vanilla charges a lot for storage, especially on bases that has a pretty low CPU cap, and I don't agree with that at all. I think that is I was thinking that if you're going to, of all creations that you could make, I would say a base would probably be the, just logically speaking, probably the best one for a lot of storage, but it's not. You're far better off using a CV. So it's something I learned, and hopefully won't make the mistake again to think that a base would be a good thing for storage. It's not, because you only get 1.1 or 1.2 million CPU, and vanilla charges a lot for storage, and but a CV gets 10 million CPU. So think about how much more storage you could get on a CV and be CPU compliant than you could a base. It's not even a competition, quite frankly. It's very different. All right, so I'm going to jump out of here, and I'm going to go into vanilla and take a look at the next set of creations. Let's see, so roll vanilla, there we are. So 3 other ones here. One of these is definitely an artsy creation, and another one is another author that I'm unfamiliar with. That when I spawned this in, I was like, wow, this is really cool. All right, so let's start over here. So this one I found, I believe, in new releases today. And this is the Corzo, if I'm saying that right. And this is by Willie H. So what we got going on here is another starter CV, I believe. No, it's not a starter. It's more of a mid, I believe. But I thought this was really cool. I like the shaping on it. It's kind of, I like how the angles are working, and then it's got some really cool design work going on here too. Obviously it has multiple different colors. We're kind of breaking that up. It's got some like rust decals and things like that on it, but some really cool aesthetics going on here with how these like thruster shields are and how they're mounted, and even the back of the ship is kind of this roundish pattern for part of it. But again, like this kind of thing here, I think that just looks really cool. Cool looking landing gear. A lot, again, one of these creations with just a lot of attention to detail in it. Pretty much everywhere you look, and a lot of really cool shaping to boot too. So it's just more than just detail. It's some pretty cool shaping going on here. And this one has like a front hanger on it, which is pretty cool. Looks like a pretty big hangar door too, I would say. I haven't toured this ship yet. I was just I looked at it a little bit when I first spawned it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty sweet looking. I like this. I like these roundy patterns in here too, and I don't know, the whole aesthetics on the ship in general are very nice looking. I think. So yeah, here let me go to nighttime here a minute, and I'm gonna take a quick walk through here. Now this is a vanilla creation. These 3 creations are all for, well, I don't know about the last one. The last one's kind of in its own world. So, but oh, this is cool. So I haven't been in this ship yet. Short of docking it again. I would say just flew through the front glass, I think. So it looks like we got some cargo, a nice looking LCD on the cargo container. That might be part of a set. I think I've seen that one before, but yeah, it's a cool one. I would, yeah, that's neat. I like that. A lot of this stuff is really cool. So we got the orange lighting here. We've got some big piping going across the ceiling, and then we've got this open floor space below here. Kind of looks like that's, I don't know if that's just meant for decorative stuff or maybe adding in some parts below here. Oh yeah, those are lights down there too. Interesting. Okay. So no, maybe it's just to look really cool, and it does look really cool. So yeah, kudos on that. I really dig the flooring in here. That's pretty neat. Quite a bit of lights down in there. That's yeah, it's a really cool look. You get that detail with the lights showing up through all the little circle patterns here on these grates. And yeah, quite a few storage boxes here, or cargo controllers. I think at least that one's a 320. We'll look at that at the end here. So far pretty straightforward. We just walk in the back. We're walking straight across. I haven't seen any other ways around yet until we get to this room. Wow, look at this. That's cool. Like the framework on the ceiling here. Looks pretty good. And then we got a big generator parked up in the middle. This must be a yeah. This must be a even. No, I don't think it. Well, maybe it is. Maybe this is an even width creation. In other words, it's not an odd number. So then that would allow you to have like double blocks on your center point as opposed to a single block. And then you could fit like a generator like this down the center and not have it off-centered. That's cool. Looks like we got a production area over here, armor repair, some boxes, constructor, another looks like a harvest controller over here, another 320 there. You can see some of our rear lift thrusters or down thrusters, probably lift thrusters, I bet. Are you? Yes. Gravity generator stop. Yeah, it's an interesting way. Gravity generator does put off, I believe, a little bit of temperature and rads. Kind of wish it didn't, but well, you know, a lot of the parts I kind of wish they didn't. But I guess that forces you to think a little bit more when you're placing them. So it's not like a bad thing. It's just inconvenient sometimes, for sure. A lot of fuel and O2 on the sides, piping, like framing blocks going across the top here. That's cool. I like that too. Oh, nice display on the warp core over here too. Nice. And look at all the piping and stuff going on the walls there. That looks nice. Oh. That's cool. So yeah, this is made to look like this is a panel that was on the floor that is being removed, and maybe one of these guys are, well, trying to fix something below, and they're obviously having an argument about it. But that is so cool. That's slick. I love seeing stuff like this. A little attention to detail thing there that, you know, it didn't have to be there. Could have been just flat floor or whatever. But that's neat, and you can kind of like look at it and kind of figure out the scenario of what's going on here. Yeah, that's cool. So since we're back over here, let's go through this blast door into this restricted area. Oh yeah, I can see why it's restricted. We got our main core, and it looks like 4 advanced CPU cores in here. Nice looking core room. And hopefully these guys settle their differences so they can fix that broken pipe down there. Let's see what we got on the other side. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's sharp. This is like a layout of the actual ship now, isn't it? Man, you know, I always wanted to do something like this, but the logistics and time and effort it would take to make an LCD to do that, yeah, I mean, you could spend a long time on that, and this author did. So this is like level 0. This is level 1, and it's got yeah. Oh, this is amazing. I got to say, this is cool. Yeah, what a nice touch. You are here. Look at that. Look at that. It's like you're walking through a mall or something, and here's all your shops. But well, you know what I mean. It's a ship. But no, that is really, really nice. Really, really nice. And here we got our shield over here and our shield person. And oh, well, there's a little block over here, but he's more interested. He's probably playing solitaire over there, I bet. Screwing off. Got to watch some of the help on these ships here. Yeah, nice looking hangar area over here. So let's explore further here. So this is the way we came in at. So let me go up this elevator to the next floor, or maybe this is where we came in at. No, maybe not. Okay, so this is a lot like the floor below it. Yeah, this is a different one. So we've got, this got quite a bit of storage in it, I can say that for sure. Let's hit another floor. Oh, more yet. Holy smokes. Oh, it's got like aisles and aisles and aisles of storage controllers in here. Wow. And looking at the numbers here, we're up to like 14, at least on this floor so far. Let's take that up another notch. Oh, that isn't all. So it looks like we're up to 18 now. And it looks like, yeah, every one of these I touched on is 320K. So yeah, this ship has got a lot of storage in it. And oh, okay, so this area I didn't see. So we got a bathroom. Looks like maybe maybe off to the bridge. This is level 1. Of course, we could look at our lovely LCD graphics to find out exactly where everything is on the maps. Pilot's quarters. Nice. And the bedrooms over here too. Nice. Hydroponics. So it looks like we've got 18 grow plots, some boxes, cool looking wall coming down at an angle on that one side there, like that. Cool looking walls here on this central hallway too, with the angled side walls. Sick bay. Nice. Huh. Yeah, this is really slick. Really slick creation here. Again, small hallways, corridors kind of feel pretty realistic. Quick access out of the ship. Looks like on either side. Again, a lot of the interior on this one is not symmetrical either. And then we've got, of course, our bridge. Oh, look at this. I like this this walkway on the top here, looking down kind of at a lot of the people doing their stations with a lot of really cool LCDs in here too. Not only the regular LCD, but the border over here too. Combination of LCDs. Hmm. Yeah, it looks really nice. Looks really nice. I like how this whole thing was laid out here. Very believable. And over here, looks like we've got a yeah, bathroom. Nice. Got a sink, got toilet, shower, whole ball of wax right in this section here, too. And then of course our pilot seat, kind of overlooking the front of the ship. So anyway, yeah, that's yeah, go check this out on the workshop. Again, it's I wasn't familiar with the author. This is a really well done ship, though. I'd say it looks nice. It's got a really cool layout inside. Let's take a look at the specifications here. So to start with, this is vanilla creation. So it does size class 10. Wow, this is bigger than I thought it was too. 13-hour and 23-minute build time. Yeah, those numbers are a lot different in vanilla than they are in Reforged Eden. They tend to spawn quite a bit quicker. So we've got a multi-turret on here and a drill turret. 14 cannon turrets, detector, and drilling as well. So yeah, we've got six mining drills. So this does a lot of mining. It has defense for like drone attacks and things like that. I wouldn't say it's necessarily an offensive ship, but you know, when you get attacked when you're out doing your business, these usually would be able to neutralize those drones and things like that. We've got some pretty powerful thrust, especially forward. 438 ms forward, 876 lift. So this has a lot of storage in it. It would need a lot of lift, and it does have a lot of lift. So that's a great thing. There's a bug in the game there, and it looks like some of the text here is on the wrong line. Not the creator of the ship's fault. That's just a bug we're seeing here in vanilla. I didn't see this in Reforged, so believe it or not. So that's weird. So CPU it uses 10 million CPU vanilla, and it fits in that nicely. Let's take a look at storage. So container, well, it looks like we got labeled containers. So we got our 18 320K, looks like a standard controllers. We got a 320K ammo and a 320K harvest or ore and wood. And then beyond that, quite a few cargo boxes and other things. Has a repair station in here. Okay, not a repair bay, a repair station. So that would be for armor. Yeah, nice looking ship. Again, this one here is the Korzo, or Korroz by Willie H. Nice work, very nice ship. So next creation here, this one is a more of an art statement, I would say. It probably flies and stuff, but it's definitely very artsy, and it's really cool. So here we got this this big kind of more of like a Chinese-oriented or a dragon, Japanese Chinese dragon style, and this is it's listed here as the DBZ Shenron, Shenron by Dragon Sage. And this is another like Dragon Ball Z type of creation by the same author. I think I looked at a different one last week from this author. This is a very artistic creation here, using blocks in a lot of different ways to make something that you just don't see in Empyrion very much at all, or anything quite like it. So yeah, looking at some heads with teeth on it. This one's it's done very nicely. I like how the teeth is in the mouth is set up, though, where the mouth is actually open coming down there, and the of course the green dragon stuff and the whiskers or whatever. That's cool. Spiky things over here. Nice looking eyes and stuff like that. Yeah, so this one is certainly certainly an artistic one. I like that. Oh, and it's got some claws over here, and it's holding some like glass blocks that looks like you actually can get. You know, we'll have to tour the inside of this, but it looks like you can kind of get around inside this as well. Just wanted to take a look at the rest of the body here. I like how the underbelly's done with the color swapping here, or the kind of looks like more of a scaly kind of look. That is cool. Like all the individually made scales, because so many. Well, some of them are probably similar to other ones, but they're all kind of like custom around the where they needed to go. And then the rear feet over here too. Giant body and these itty bitty little legs down here, but it's kind of, yeah, more of a snake, you know, snake dragon kind of look. This is pretty crazy. It's cool. It is very, very cool. Now, one thing I noticed on the bottom, and it's not the author's fault, it has to do with we don't have a right and left version of a primary wedge set of blocks. So, like for instance, you see the red sticking out over here, but on the other side, it's not. This is unavoidable. It's not the author's fault. On this, I'm sure the author was kind of probably perturbed that this happened when he was doing the body. I've been in the same boat before. The only fix I've ever found to this kind of problem would be to hide it with thin blocks. Usually, like hop into like one of these kind of things and do like another row of blocks over that. Something like this. So then you could paint those. Oops. Basically, and get rid of that seam border like that. But you'd have had to like done that in a few different areas around the hall here to make that work, and had to add a bunch more block work to it to hide the imperfection of not having the right and left versions of those blocks. So that's just an idea for you. If you ever run into that problem again, or anybody runs into that problem, I have many times before, and it really annoys me every single time. But I just gotta say. So anyway, let's get in this thing. And I just want to see if there's any way in at the very lower part of it first. It doesn't look like it, so I do know there is a way in through the mouth. Oh, look at that. Oh, I just noticed these lights over here at the nostrils. It's really cool. Really cool and artistic. So here, so we kind of walk in here through the mouth, and let's see where this goes. Let me do the nightlight thing here. Okay, it looks like about the same at night as it does day. It's pretty brightly lit. So, oh yeah, look at that. We got a teleporter in here. Passenger seats. Yeah, 6 passenger seats. Looks like we're going up to the neck here. Oh, look at that. Production area. Nice. So we got, yeah, advanced constructor. Looks like some controllers over here for ammo and cargo, and Wi-Fi detector. And holy smokes, this is not like a roller coaster here. Oh, it's gonna get crazy, isn't it? They come down over to here. Oh, look at that. Never seen anything quite like this before. Now we're going straight down. Oh, we got some side hallways here too. I bet you these goes out to those hands. Yep. With the these glass structures here. It's probably means something for the base game or Dragon Ball. Again, I don't know much about it. Sometime I ought to research that a little bit and see what it's all about. We'll keep on going down the elevator, and wow, this. So we got a gravity generator and looks like some medical equipment over here. Nice. Yeah. Very interesting. And a clone chamber and console. And we're going down another elevator. And a bunch of armor lockers over here. Armor repairs. Wow. And we are going down some more. A place to chill and eat over here. And we're at the bottom of that elevator on a fridge and a food processor. So yeah, it is equipped for everything. It really is. It's got that function in there. And we're down in this section here. Yes, so then we got a farm section here too. So it looks like kind of a single strips of grow plots going down either side. And a room over here, med bay, fridge. Oh, there is a way. I didn't even see this when I was looking before, so it's not at the very bottom of the creation. Oh, maybe it is. This is so gigantic, it's off my landing pad. So yeah, it does have a ground access way into it. I didn't realize that from before. I was looking in the wrong place too. And then beyond that, it goes up again over to this side. Whew. And then it looks like we're getting to Pentax shield, a couple generators, fuel tanks. It's quite a walk through here. I mean, yeah, if I was not in God mode right now, this would take a while to navigate this whole snake body here. But it's cool that you can. You know, I didn't expect all this inside. I figured, you know, it's being the art statement that it kind of is. I kind of expected that it would be not have much of an interior, but it actually has quite an extensive interior in it. So shield and some stuff, and it looks like our thrusters in this case, due to cosmetic reasons, are not on the outside. Again, that was something else I didn't see on the outside. It was thrusters, so I wasn't so sure it was going to move. But it looks like everything in here works. I'm curious, do we get to go up into the tail too? Nah, I don't think so. I think that's the end of the journey here. Quite a journey. Literally walked through all of this all the way around up to the head. And this part here, I think there's just gonna fly in there. Okay, so this is probably containing most of the thrusters and things like that, so it doesn't have direct access into it. So yeah, very cool. Like how the eyes light up here at night too. It's a good looking snakehead. I mean, for the voxel creation and stuff like that. Empyrion, or dragon head. I won't say snakehead. Yeah, that's cool. I like how the teeth and the mouth was done and the coloring and stuff like that. Very cool. Anyway, so yeah, let's take a look at some specs here. See what we've got going on. So size class 9 does move pretty good actually. So we got 120 ms lift, 50 forward, 25 strafing, 60 down, 15 hour and 36 6-minute build time. Does need some estrium and zirconium, unlock level 20. CPU wise, doesn't look like it has CPU blocks in here at all. Maybe it's just not you know, being played with the CPU. You can go up to 10 million if you had 4 advanced CPU core blocks in it, but it does exceed that, so need a little bit more CPU. Let's take a look at the storage on here. So we've got looks like yeah, there's 29K, another 29K, another 29K. So not a lot of storage in here, but it does have controllers for all 3 main things here. So you get your harvest, your ammo, and regular controller, and then a couple fridges and a couple repair stations. So yeah, very cool creation. Very creative, very artistic. Haven't seen anything quite like that. I have seen a couple dragons now, but yeah, this one's very unique from those other ones too. So very cool creation. So the last one here, this was a kind of a request, and this is the Zyklop Titan Destroyer, and this is by Runin. Now, one thing I just wanted to say though is when I went to look for this one, I noticed something else in the author's workshop that was recently released, and it was a variant or a modded version of something I made, um, the Scar Raider, but it was under the name of a different ship, and it didn't make any mention at all in the post that it was made by a different author. I just wanted to say, if it's a modded version of something, definitely always say what the original author was. And the reason why I bring this up is because I ran into the same issue already with the same author on a ship made by Dadrick that didn't say it in the post, and then I actually showed that and got it wrong on who was the original creator of the creation. Um, I'm not trying to be well, basically just if it, most authors like Dadrick or myself or anybody else, we would be most of us, I think, would be pretty honored if someone's modifying one of our ships, or a creation that we made in the past. It's like whoever liked it enough to spend the time in to customize it to their needs and things like that in the game. Um, but you always got to list who made it in your posts. If you don't do that, it's kind of like you're pirating someone else's creation. All you got to do really is, of course, you can try to reach out to the author ahead of time to see if, hey, is it okay if I release a modded version of one of your ships? But a lot of times that's difficult to do. You might not get a response or things like that. But if you do it, which is still fine, you're still safe. Just you know, put in what the original ship was. Um, and everybody's cool with that, right? It's like, hey, the original ship was by so and so. I made these changes, blah blah blah. You can say whatever. Just always put that in there. Otherwise, it's like pirating. Um, so like this ship here, I was recommended to take a look at it, and it's quite a crazy combat ship. But without reasonable doubt, I haven't seen this ship before, and it very well could be made by the author Runin, but I don't know that for sure because of two instances I ran into already with this author. So I don't know if this is really made by this author or if this is someone else's creation under this author's name. But it didn't say anything about it in the post. So again, I don't know. I'm just I'm not trying to make enemies or anything. It's just you gotta play by some certain rules, and maybe this is totally legit. Maybe you put a lot of time and effort into making this, but maybe you didn't. I just don't know, and that's the thing. So yeah, I looked at this ship, and it's really cool. Now this is a crazy combat ship, one of the craziest I've seen, to be quite frank. It has more turrets than I think any other creation I've seen in on the workshop to date. Maybe that's incorrect. It's just ones I've seen, and there's a lot that I haven't. So, but this one I think is hitting over 300 some turrets on it. So I did a ship with getting into the 150 range before, but this one is I believe more than doubling that yet, and it is quite a big ship. Just every inch of the hull, especially around these areas here, is just caked with the turrets. But they're all set up in a nice way, so they got nice firing positions actually. Most of these can like these turrets here, they can shoot out this way. They can angle up a little bit. They can turn, shoot out in this direction generally. And it's just, my goodness, there's a lot of firepower on this ship. Now this ship doesn't play with CPU either. I don't believe. So since it's a combat-oriented ship too, I'll want to fly through the hull a little bit here too and take a look at it. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, pretty cool looking design. Look at all the thrusters on this thing too. Wow. It's a big ship though. It would take a lot of thrust to move this, especially if it's solid. Let me see what we got going on here. So we're running combat steel hull. It looks like. Looks like that's pretty standard throughout. Okay, just wanted to see that. Again, it's you know, if it's a combat-oriented ship, I usually like to check hull materials or try to figure out what it's about. You know, not every combat ship has to be made with like super heavy, strong materials. It depends on how they're set up. Maybe they're it's more of an evasion type of creation that is meant to move fast and strafe and take out targets, which is actually quite effective in game too. So as we get into this double hangar door slash blast door back wall, looks like we get into a landing area, a hangar. Ah, looks pretty nice. Let me do the lighting thing. So yeah, oh, the lights really yeah, I like how that blue kind of mixes in there. It really changes the look a lot when you go to night lighting. Um, Quite a bit of room in here to dock a lot of different creations there. Yeah, lots of texture lights and things going on the sides. So yeah, big space there. I like how the windows are set up. So we got our looks like our main core is right here too. Yeah, that would be probably pretty challenging to get to. We get in the next room here. Oh, it's like a almost like a cafeteria. I wasn't sure what to expect inside. This is a big ship, and I'm sure a lot of it's a lot of armor and things like that. But I didn't know exactly what to expect on the inside here. So yeah, that's cool. I think I've seen that LCD before. Yep, these. Yep. No, that stuff looks really nice. So these must have took forever in the day to make. I mean, they are some pretty complex LCDs for sure. Or at least maybe they don't take forever in a day to make, but by someone who knows what they're doing. But for someone who's just playing around, they do take a while to make. Cool looking hallway. Kind of like interesting textures around here. Oh, we got more crew area over here too. Very nice. Yeah, looks like so. Yep, like that on the other side too. Nice. And a lot of crew area on this ship here. So it looks like a big barrage of cargo boxes and some other things. Man, you got beds for a lot of people. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is good. You know, when you in reality, if you had a ship this big, you would have a lot of crew members, at least to stay in time on it. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Most of the creations that most people do, including myself, you know, like a carrier or something like that, you know, that's, you know, 600 feet long. You'd think it would have more than like 2 to 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms in it. You know, you'd probably need crew for a lot of people. So taking this elevator, looks like we get to a ginormous farm section here. Yeah, this is that's a lot of grow plots. That is a lot of grow plots in this area. Wow. I like how it's done though. I like how the grow lights are coming down using that particular block and how it's textured there. That looks really nice. And the LCDs above a lot of these kind of like pointing toward the fridges, freezers. But yeah, this might be the single largest grow plot section I've seen in a CV to date. Maybe single. You know, maybe that is. I don't even want to do the math on this. I can look at the stats and figure out how many grow plots are here, though. Very nice. And what we got back over here? Oh, looks like a bunch of utility function. Yeah, some health, some O2, armor. Is there armor locker? No, those are kind of deco. I like to use these, and I guess they do have that on there. I was looking at that thinking that some of the stuff was LCDs when it's really part of the actual item. So yeah, looks like we got a med bay out in this section over here. Yep, that's pretty obvious. And another med bay on this side. Let's see where this goes. Oh, CPU core rooms. Nice. So I gotta assume, what do we got in here? Probably all the standard Reforged Eden cores, I would guess. I know I'm in vanilla right now. And maybe this ship should have been shown in Reforged Eden. I wasn't particularly sure here. Yeah, it looks kind of familiar. Yeah, nice. I don't mind at all, though. I do not mind at all. Kind of modified too. That looks, yeah. Got rid of the my flickering text over there, which is always problematic when I made that LCD. I like the looks of it, but that flickering problem. Oh no, it is still there and it's still flickering. Yep. Oh, this looks really nice in here. I like that. Huge production area. Looks like it's well laid out. We got a whole mess of constructors and a couple deconstructors over here. Our storage bays all kind of laid out on the sides. And some more utility in the back. O2 and med. Looks like we got an elevator there too. Let me wrap around on this side. Oh, okay, so this actually goes right through the hangar. I didn't even see these doors down here when I first jumped in the area. Alright, and then more production on this side. And, well, this elevator goes... Okay, so we're going through the hangar here. And I don't believe I've been here before. Wow. It's got a lot of places for people to sit and chill here across the table. That's cool. A lot of O2, a lot of everything on this. Where does this go? That's a cool looking hallway. I like this. I like the texture lights on the sides with the added pieces here, and then we've got some looks like kind of multiple glass windows going on the sides. I wonder if there's a way to get on the other side of those. Wow. Another big area over here. It looks like we've got some generators under these glass areas here. That looks nice. And fuel and a bunch of fuel and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's see, does this? Nope. Just seeing if those went somewhere. Well, I tell you what, though, spec-wise on the ship, this is going to be really interesting to see. Now, I don't know if I missed anything here or not. This was the top of the elevator off this way. And yeah, we've been through here. Is this another elevator? I think so, yes. Where does this go? Oh, right off the top of the ship to a landing pad up here. Nice. Now, I kind of suspected that the front side of the ship probably wasn't going to have a lot of interior space in it due to its combat design. So I'm going to fly through the hall here a little bit. Here, I'll get the light going again, just to see if that theory is correct or not. And yes, I'd definitely say it is. Okay, yeah, all this solid area here, this would be like a solid blocks. So this is just a massive wall here in front of on the front side of the ship, and obviously you can just see the huge number of turrets on this ship. And yeah, this is all solid block work down here too, and potentially on the top side above all this too. not quite as much armor on the top. But yeah, this is a heavily armored ship. Um, I tell you what, I wouldn't want to mess with this. If this thing was flying around and it was not friendly, um, I would want to stay clear of it for sure. Absolutely. So let's see what this. Woo. Okay, so this is big time CPU. Again, maybe I should have showed this in Reforged Eden. I wasn't exactly sure. I probably should have read a little bit more there. But either way, it's going to be way over on CPU, and it's going to require a lot of quantums and auxiliary cores, or an advanced like vanilla core. At 61 million CPU is a lot. The thrusters itself take up, well, God, that's for real too. 50 million CPU on thrusters. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an expensive creation, but I almost think this may be the literally toughest, most armed creation I've seen so far. I've seen some, some really big crazy ones, but this one might take the cake for the biggest, probably with the most amount of turrets and things. So this is a size class 27, 43 hour and 26 minute build time, and this is in vanilla. So if this was in Reforged, that would be considerably more build time on it. But despite its got mass 129 kilotons. Looks like it's got some pretty good specs, motion-wise too. I mean, obviously a lot of thrust power on it, and it's a very heavy ship. But yeah, it's hitting these numbers really quite well. So as in our weapon count here too, man, that's a lot of numbers here. Try to ballpark add them up. So we got 100 crossover, be over 300. 300 something turrets on here. It's a lot of turrets. That is definitely a lot of turrets. Again, I wouldn't want to mess with this at all. Let's see what it's got for storage. So it's like a whole bunch of cargo boxes to start with. Wow, that's a lot of cargo boxes. Okay, then we get into the controllers here. So, oops. So at least, oh man, it's going to make me scroll through each one of these to see what they are. I don't know if they're all 320 or not. I don't think I want to try to click on each one to find out, but I'll click on some as samples. So far, the ones I've seen are 320. Oh, that's a container there. Yeah, I would, just on the samples here, I'd say that they're probably all 320s. And how many would we actually have then? So it looks like 21 there, but then we've got a whole bunch of ammo controllers, and they're probably 320s, I bet, as well. At least 6 of these. At least 6. It would need a lot of ammo controllers on this, for sure. That is a lot of weaponry. So, yeah, anyway, very, very, very cool creation. Again, this may be single-handedly the most powerful and most well-armed ship with the I've seen for gameplay. It looks like it would be absolutely devastating and very, very difficult to take out. Of course, knowing where the core is now, if I were to try to fight this ship and have any chance at all, I would try to get on the backside of it, blast through this, and shoot that. What we need is an Anakin to fly through and get in there and blow up that one thing, and the whole ship goes boom. That's what we need. May the force be with us. No, but very cool creations again. So yeah, awesome work, everybody, on all the all the different ships. A couple new authors again in the mix, with some really stylish looking ships, well thought out, well functioning ships. So we got a psycho combat ship, got a really cool miner, got a really nice like mid-range ship that does a lot of different function, And then a very artsy creation here with the kind of like Chinese dragon. Really cool, really cool. A lot of artwork, a lot of block work, a lot of messing around. Try to get something like this to work in a voxel game and look good. So awesome work to everybody. Just wanted to say that. And anyway, y'all have yourself a good weekend. Now I know I've been pretty light on videos the last couple of weeks. I've been just tied in with the one creation for a long time, and I know it gets sickening to see. Sorry about that. I got some ideas next week, and or maybe I'll even start on something over the weekend. But my next creation, I'm gonna keep on trying to work on that same thing to make it into the POI that it needs to be. But I wanted a smaller creation to work on for a little bit. Something maybe I'll use in Season 4 on the Anvil server, and that would probably be. I want to play around with some new parts and build an SV and see how some of these new Reforged Eden parts work out with shield. There's a bunch of stuff. I need to play around with, see how they're going to work, see what kind of CPU they need, see how it's going to work in game. So I got some R&D to do, but intent is to build a combat SV, but a tougher one, like the one I recently made for Excalibur's challenge. That was obviously kind of a light fighter kind of thing, shield dependent, not it's not tough, it's just maneuverable. So I was going to try to go with something tougher with more weaponry and stuff on it. But again, I'm not 100% sure. I'll probably try to follow weapon limits, because it was also mentioned that maybe weapon limits will be on the Anvil server in Season 4, which would change a lot of things. So you couldn't just, like, if you wanted to have a miner or something and you threw on like 20 mining drills, well, maybe the server will only allow 6 this time. So that could make a lot of difference in creations. So at this point, I would probably, whatever kind of SV I wanted to make, there's a lot of different kind of new weaponry and stuff too. And a lot of them, these are very effective. I think the idea is, because the game tends to like to mess up a lot if you have huge amounts of turrets and stuff going on and firing all at the same time. A lot of the combat situations break where you stop doing damage to the enemy ship, or vice versa, or things just don't work, and you gotta like maybe fly out of the zone and fly back in, and maybe it'll reset. But it was kind of problematic. So I think the idea would be to have less turrets but more effective turrets or weapons. I can definitely see the point of that. If the game's struggling to handle that much kind of things going off at once, and it causes error somewhere in it that causes the whole fight to be kind of nullified. Like you could be shooting at something for 15 minutes, and then you realize that you're no longer doing any damage to it, and there's nothing you can do about it except leave. So you're out whatever damage you might have taken before that time, plus all the ammunition used and the time, and it's rather annoying. So I think they're just trying to avoid that. So it's sounds like weapon limits is a thing again. So we'll see how all that works out. I can't say for sure either. But anyway, you all have yourself a great weekend, and I will talk to you later.